Too damn long, Whitey. It's been too damn long since we've seen that intro, but we had to do it one last time.
It's beautiful.
Oh, hello, Sauron.
Hello.
You're a little whiter than I remember.
Yeah, well, I've been getting some sun. I've been trying to get some sun, as you can see.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we're here.
I miss the intro. I miss it so.
I miss it. So
I miss it hard.
I miss it very hard. My desk is lifting as we're speaking. So,
yeah. Watch out for the keyboard. Okay.
So we're gonna, we're here for Mischief Mayhem movie, episode 36, and we're gonna
do
36 weeks, man, unbelievable. And then we're gonna finish off our part 2 of the extended cut of the Fellowship of the Ring, the one ring to rule them all, buddy. Got a good panel with us. One of our guests is running a little late, but that's fine. He'll be here in a little bit. But in the meantime, let's bring on our current panelists, shall we, buddy?
Who we got?
Okay, so number 1 is this pumpkin man, the Gourd King, the Gourd of the Rings.
Gordonson.
I am number 1. That's true. Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the Cannoli Shire.
Yeah.
You'll always be our number 2.
I don't even know what that means, Cannoli Shire, but it just...
I don't want to be a number 2.
Gourd. Thank you for coming
spice
back.
Poo is not good.
Oh, if poo smelled like pumpkin spice, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
We would at least understand where dogs were coming from.
Yes, well,
when they did their thing.
Never mind. I was going to do a dirty joke there, but let's not get into that. Anyway, let's bring on our second guest. That is Mr. Lance from the Outcast Creatives.
Hello, gentlemen. How are we?
Look at you. Love the avatars tonight. These are good.
Yes. Well, everybody always said I looked like Orlando Bloom. I must compliment you on that very positive and uplifting intro. I feel like I've been to a Tony Robbins lecture, but without losing $10,000 in the
I was going to say, I didn't steal your money, just your time. So.
No, indeed. Okay. But very uplifting, kind of made me want to go and get on the rowing machine near me.
That's what we're here for, baby.
When we do Excalibur, can you be just Lancelot?
I can. Yeah, absolutely. I'll come on.
That'd be great. I think
Lance a little.
Just a little. Yeah,
just a little.
I've rewritten several of the lines from the movie pendant to the panel, which I'll drop in occasionally during the stream.
Yeah. That's fine.
My first one was for Vex. She's not here. No one knows about Henry Cavill being locked up in Vex's basement, do they, Gandalf? Do they? There you go.
You gotta love it. And then also, for the first time on the show, very, very special man, Mr. Jacob Ironside. How you doing, buddy?
Yo. Hang on, let me put my comfort helmet on.
Oh,
that's better.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Look at that. It's beautiful.
He knew that he needed protection for being in here.
Yes. First time here, he knew what he was getting into. He heard us talking before the show, and he's like, "Oh God, oh God." But yeah, we always love to have Jacob on. Jacob, thank you for joining us today.
For man. Part 2 thanks for having me.
Nice to meet you for the first time, Jacob.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice and reclined.
I do have to share something before the show starts. Jacob, the nice man that he is, did a hold on, I gotta pull it up. A meme for us, and this is what we are to him.
Wait, hang on, where am I?
Oh my God!
You're Gandalf. You're Gandalf.
Oh I'm Gandalf. Well, I suppose I probably am the
oldest. I'm not there. I guess I
no, you're right. You're right there.
Leave that up. I've got to enlarge it.
You're the pumpkin.
Oh my God, I am Gandalf.
You're the pumpkin dwarf.
There's a lot of, forestry and
I didn't recognize it because it was white and looks more like a squash.
There's a lot of white.
My people are racist against squash.
I'm racist.
A lot of white bear action in this picture.
Of course, I'm the most important character on the left there.
The best looking.
Ear of corn.
Actually, I could make that work. Look with the long hair, I think.
And all hobbits look like Whitey.
Yeah, Whitey is a hobbit.
I mean, I got the hair.
They all look alike to me.
Bless their little hobbit hearts.
Our poor inbred hearts.
Yes. Thank you, Jacob, for that lovely work. That is fantastic.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Jacob, you got to send that to me, man.
Yeah. That'll live in infamy forever on this channel. So we last left off when they were on their way out to start
Which
their
way
journey.
is it, Gandalf? Which way?
Which way? Yeah. You gotta love these extended cuts
Hold on,
of these movies.
Gandalf. Is it left or right?
Yeah. Oh, that voice was so good.
I like it.
Oh,
That
look,
loser.
Whoa.
Look at the Gourd King did. He gets on the show and he breaks everything.
I tried.
Thanks. And then things are playing in the background. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so we left off. Yeah, this is where they are on their journey. I will say, rewatch again. You don't have to pull my arm to rewatch this movie at all.
No.
So I didn't watch the entirety of the movie because I've just seen it so I just watched exactly where we left off. Thanks to Max for saving the exact spot we left off a few weeks ago, and then just go through. But God, man, I remember just thinking to myself, I was saying this in the first stream, just the landscape, the cinematography is fantastic. The camera work is fantastic. Just look at this beautiful not sets, but look at this beautiful land. New Zealand is just a beautiful, beautiful country. And
it is.
God, it's like, you just can't not just be in awe of how fantastic this area looks. Everything, these wide shots are just, everything's just fantastic here.
So a point of information, that shot there is the same location where they would later film the sequence where Frodo gets attacked by the ring wraiths.
Oh,
it's the same location. It's just got a different CGI topping on the head. This shot here, by the way, was shot in a studio.
I could tell because this is the one time I saw the background was different than like you
can
kind of see
the rocks. Giveaway. They kind of look a bit like they've been taken from a stage play or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
this has to be the greatest hero shot of all time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's music and
the music. And Howard Shore's score here is just the way it builds and builds and builds, and then boom, they show them all.
Yeah,
I think this was in the trailer. This was in the trailer, right?
Yeah,
it
ended the original release teaser trailer.
So
just phenomenal.
Jacob, since it's your first time here, tell me what. Before we start scrubbing through, what do you love about this? Well, we did the first half of the movie, so what did you like about the first half of Lord of the Rings? And then we'll talk about the second half by the end of the movie.
The first half, what did I like? I love the ring wraith chase. That's probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
But Weathertop was good.
It's great.
I both love and hate the river crossing scene because it's different from the book, but it's still a good scene.
Still done well. Yeah.
Visually very captivating.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So this is look at his eyes back here. He's like, what have I gotten myself into?
And this guy gets killed in every movie he's in.
Yeah. I was like, am I gonna die too?
That's why he's got him in front.
It's like I'm standing behind this guy because he's definitely gonna get it.
Follow him.
Mordor.
Yeah, stand behind the big guy. He'll take most of the shots.
So this is a nice little scene here where they're kind of resting, right? They're of course eating because that's all the hobbits do is eat, and they're teaching the other hobbits how to fight. And it's kind of a nice little break, and I love how this part here where the what's the dwarf's name again? Oh my God,
Gimli.
God, sorry, Gimli telling Gandalf, hey, we can go to the mines of Moria, and it's like now for people who haven't read the books, Gandalf's like no, he's like no.
Well, not only that, what's also great about that scene where they're teaching Merry and Pippin to fight is that's kind of your first scene with Boromir where you kind of start to see his softer side. And it begins a really nice little mini arc between him and them because
which
you
sets
have
the ending.
You have like, I think 3 separate parts where he's either, he's befriending them here, he protects them in another scene, then he protects them again. But yeah, it's a nice little thing that you see with him.
And this scene is this scene's longer in the extended version, if I remember right.
Yes, it is a little bit longer. Yeah, because I don't remember them taking Aragorn and knocking him down. And
they don't do that in the theater version.
Right.
Yeah, not do that in the theater.
I kind of liked actually.
I like how later the hobbits do the same thing to one of the orcs.
Yes,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, good point. Yeah, and I like how they see this thing in the distance. It's kind of like a dark cloud coming at them, and I like how Gimli's like, it's just a wisp of a cloud, and then Orlando Bloom's character, he's just like
elf eyes.
Yeah, he's like
Crabbane from Dunland.
yeah. Like it's moving fast against the wind, and they hide. I like how they did a good job of this with the shot. Like everybody hides real quick, and they're just kind of looking, and they see. So these are Saruman's spies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
By the way, if no one has ever
Yes,
watched these movies with riff tracks, I highly recommend them. They're really funny, and one of the funniest in jokes that kind of keeps going throughout the trilogy is just about any overhead shot. They're like Cribane vision.
I love it. Yeah, and so Gandalf's like, okay, we got to get out of here because they're going to be looking. They go through the mountains. I forgot what they actually call the mountain region.
This is the pass of Caradhras.
Yes. Yeah. See, this is why I love having you people on here. I'm bad with names, obviously. I can't remember my own name half the time. So they walk, and again, another beautiful shot.
That shot's all done with the doubles team, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
And it shows you just how rough this passage is. I mean, it's snowy, it's cold. Now the hobbits don't wear shoes, right? It's just their bare feet.
Yeah.
So I would imagine even if their feet are hairy, it's still very cold. So
you're a Sasquatch, you would know.
Listen, I don't walk through snow.
Often,
there's
like plenty of hair on our feet, so it kind of allows us to
just walk through. Yeah, and I like
insulated.
Gord's got it. Got no
Is this
feet.
the first time he loses the ring while doing something on the journey? Right. This is the very first time he it falls off of him.
He's either tossing it up in the air and it falls. On falls off his damn neck.
Right.
You know.
One thing I read, I didn't add it to the trivia, but I guess it is a piece of trivia.
The
shot of the ring on the ground, where it's kind of up front after he's dropped it. That ring is something like 6 inches in diameter. They had to use a really big version of it to get that shot.
Okay,
that's the same ring they use for the close-up when you in the beginning of the film.
In the beginning, when what's his name's wearing it. Okay,
they had several different models of it. You know, Sean Bean trekked up to this location.
Yeah, that was another thing I had as a piece of trivia. Yeah, he hates flying. He hates flying, so he would get up 2 hours early so he could go up from the base of that
he knows even in his own story of life that he's going to die.
Jacob's like, that's badass. It is badass.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So they got this. Aragorn's like, give him the ring back, and he's because you know what's coming. You can kind of sense what's going to happen with some of these characters, and Frodo's just like, can I have my goddamn ring back? And he gets it back to him.
He's like, it makes no difference to me.
I like that line. It matters not. It matters not, or something. I think you said.
Right.
Like, as you wish. I can.
The music in this sequence is amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
What's up,
and when the camera pans down into the,
this is done
into the works and such an amazing sequence. Everything
the
about
music,
it.
And then so Saruman's getting his information from his spies, and I love how he's like, "So you're taking them through the mountain, Gandalf?"
Try to lead them over Caradhras.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love the way he says that. Where it's like you can tell it's like Christopher Lee's like, I've been waiting to say this word on screen forever, and I'm gonna.
And when that fails, where then will you lead them?
There is a fell voice in the air. We got to do all British accents. The rest of
the voice in the air.
He said there's a foul boy.
I love how Legolas is walking on top of the snow.
Yeah,
that is from the book too. I love that.
Yeah, no, they actually included that. That's pretty cool.
But that subtitle's wrong. He says there's a foul voice.
Yeah, I think the caption.
I think it is foul. I've read it is foul.
Are you sure?
Foul.
What's the difference? See, Volk in the chat saying foul, but I
foul means. Foul has a kind of evilish definition to it. I think.
The person from the audiobook was British too, so you know how they talk.
Yeah.
Lance, come on, Lance.
Well, I think it's foul, but I might go and have a quick listen and check.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, but
foul describes a terrible, evil, or ferocity, deadly.
Yeah, Volk has it right. There we go.
Volk has it right. Yeah. So you have this, and again, great wide shot here, but this path they're going on is just impossible.
Yeah,
the hobbits are being
that's a miniature, by the way. That's a miniature.
Yeah, it's a miniature. Yeah. And then there he is on
this
top of
incredible shot.
And again, if for the CGI for its time, now you could tell it's CGI, but
it's good looking CGI.
When they're circling him, then you could. But once he's facing the mountain and the cloud, I was like, wow, this is really good. And it's like, what how long ago was this made compared to now? And it's outdoing all these new movies.
Yeah.
It's a 22-year-old movie.
22-year-old movie. It looks
started making in '99. And It looks way better.
So the lightning strikes the mountain, and then everything's falling on them, and of course, everybody's like, Gandalf, don't kill us now. Yeah,
I think a lot of people probably expect more wizard powers to be shown in these movies, and
people were upset
and
about
all that
initially.
Because, but this is kind of how they work, and they're kind of magic. So
yeah,
I like I like that the wizard powers are kind of vague in their nature. That there's not, it's and they're not like ridiculously overpowered or anything like that. It doesn't rely on flash. It kind of lets you use your imagination to exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
No one's doing lightning bolts from their fingers or anything.
It's not D&D.
Yeah, we don't want that.
yeah.
Lightning bolt.
This will be the death of the hobbits. Look at this guy. He's like, holy shit, we're going to die on this mountain. And this guy's like, I just pooped.
I want second breakfast.
yeah. And then I like how he leaves it up to Frodo, right? He is the ring bearer, right? So he knows pretty much what he's gonna say, but he doesn't want. He's like, I can't. It's not my choice. It's wherever the ring bearer decide. So
and this is an added scene here.
Yes, it is. Yeah, how come? He's helping him. Yeah. This was good, and I like. See, this is why I like these extended cuts. Yeah. It adds more character development for both of them. He's telling him, I can feel I know you feel the weight of the ring on you more now than ever. Than when we first started, and he goes, be careful, trust yourself, because even Frodo's like, who do I trust? What do I do? And he's like, trust yourself, because it not only is an enemy out there coming, but now it's going to start from within.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh man, that's great. Because like, why? I get why they take these things out for runtime.
Well, and what else is I think good about it is, okay, so like when they're in Lothlorien later in this movie, where Galadriel's kind of telling him that, okay, look, you're a ring bearer, you're alone, and that's kind of what spurs on Frodo's decision to go about it alone. This adds to that, because it's like, okay, it's like this gets him thinking about that burden a lot earlier, I think, and I think that works.
Yes. Yeah. It's just done so well. Yeah, see here, good and evil. He just kind of gives him a speech, and then there's the walls of Moria.
Yeah, none of the extra scenes in the extended cut in any way feel like padding at all.
No, they serve
definitely not for this one. Not for this one.
This one there was very much. Yeah, it fit.
There's maybe one there's one little line right there just before where Legolas says, "Why doesn't that surprise me?" I'm like, okay, you can say that's a little modern sounding But it's not exactly intrusive.
Zax, what's up, Zach? They're trying to show the rift between the dwarves and the elves still, and I know what you're meaning. Like it just doesn't fit because in the rest of the movie.
Like if I were to cut one line, it would just be that one. But it's like it's not a bad line or anything. It's just like it sounds a little our world modern, but whatever.
And I like how they find the door and he's trying to open it and he can't. And then it's so funny because like he's becoming forgetful a little bit. He's like, I used to know all the spells, like he says here, and all the tongues of elves, men, and orcs. And he's like, I can't.
What are you gonna do then?
Yeah, I'd like to bash your head.
I do love Pippin. It's like nothing's happening. It's like that's great. Because that's an added line too. When they had that, I was like, that's funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
It's great.
Yeah, this was good, and again, I like how he's got to send the pony home. And you're like, oh, poor pony.
Did you hear that the producer wanted to cut the pony from the budget?
Did they really?
Yeah, they were like, there's a pony in the script now, because they didn't have the pony in the script originally, and then they just wanted to add it to keep it faithful to the book.
Realistically, he would be pony jerky within about a week.
Yeah.
No kidding. He's got to go back through. So we got
the throwing in the rocks in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Boromir does that in the book.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gets pissed at something and throws a rock in the water.
So let me ask you a question, Jacob. Since you read the book, I don't know who else did, but since you're kind of new to the show,
I read them, but a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But like since Jacob's first time on, like, when you're watching a movie like this, when you read a book and then watch a movie, at least the first half until you get to this point, is it bothering you, the differences, or are you just like, I got to forget about the book? This is a movie. You got to separate the two.
Well, I actually read the book after I watched the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So
no, that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes even more sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I always try to give filmmakers creative leeway when they're making an adaptation. And I'm like, look, the only time I'm going to revert back to the book is when I think, okay, if you had stuck with the book here, it would have been better. But I don't mind omissions as long as the story flows well.
Yeah, right.
100%. 100%. Oh, speaking of omissions. Mr. Andrew, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
We're just feasting and smoking.
We just got to the part where they get to the elf door, and Gandalf has amnesia all of a sudden.
It's a dwarf door. Oh my!
Sorry, a dwarf. I'm sorry. Yes,
it just has elven emblems on it.
Yeah, and I like how Frodo's the one who reads it, and he's like, "Oh, what's the Elvish word for friend?" And I forgot what he said.
Homie.
Exactly, but yeah, homie.
In the book, didn't Gandalf eventually just figure it out himself?
Yeah, he basically figures out it's like he goes out. It was a riddle basically, and
that's a good way to get Elijah Wood back in the scene because he's just sitting there looking.
He's just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah.
What?
And then I like it.
Ripe meat off the bone.
Yeah, I was like, that's a great.
What?
It's better than what they
off the bone.
It's better than what they said in the Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Give it to me raw.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Who's getting the meat raw?
Oh gosh.
So they realize it's a mine. It's a mine. Yeah, and they find out that it's basically a grave. It's just everybody's been wiped out here. And then the sea monster comes out. Squidward comes out with his, and Aragorn, of course, saves the day. And
doesn't this thing have a name?
I think
it does.
It is the Watcher or something like that. Yeah,
the Watcher.
Octopus name. Lord of the Rings.
Okay, there you go. Andrew, do some research on
I want to know the name.
Yeah, I actually remember this because of the video game they came out with for PS2. Because they play a little, you get to play a little bit of Fellowship of the Ring before you get into the Two Towers.
Oh, no kidding.
Movie.
I think it's just
you never played that game. It was phenomenal.
I think it's just an unknown creature from the deep.
It's just called the Watcher of the Water.
Yeah.
Okay.
It watches the water.
Jana says she likes raw meat. Jana, we know you like raw meat. That's how you got your baby.
Yeah, Italian smoked meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. We know how it goes. We appreciate you though. What is this? Oh yeah, so
Aragorn
walking through,
do some cutting.
He uses some wizard magic to put a nightlight on. And this part here, I believe, some of this was in the extended cut that was not in the original.
Yes.
He shows them where the mithril is made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yes.
In Soviet Russia, it's called Our Thrill.
Look at his face, like holy shit. Yeah, it's a good scene. I like how they again, and like you could say it's not necessary, but I like that it adds some depth to the storyline. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. Bilbo, and then see again, this Bilbo had a shirt of mithril, and that's where Frodo's wearing. This is where it came from. Like context, people, come on.
I never told him, but its value is greater than that of the Shire.
The Shire. Yeah, that's why you gotta love captions.
Yeah, I know most of the lines, people. Don't judge.
We know. How many times have you seen this? God. And he's like,
I have no memory of this place.
Yeah, I have no memory of this. And then they have to sit around again after just sitting around before.
That's what Joe Biden says every time he enters the Oval Office.
He stumbles on a stage somewhere.
I have no memory. Coming up to one of the best lines written in a movie ever, which is all you have to do is to just decide what to do with the time.
Yeah.
This
is our first.
I cried when that line was said in the cinema.
Yeah, that's great. No, it really is a great line. And this is where we first get introduced to Smeagol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. Just enough to tease.
Because the technology to make him didn't exist when they made this one.
Right.
They were still working on it.
They were still perfecting it.
They even at the beginning of this movie,
they did a good job.
When you see Gollum lose the ring for the first time, it's actually the actor playing Merry who stands in for him. Because Andy Serkis wasn't there yet.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Right. No kidding. Yeah. He was once called. Yeah, so he was once called. What does he say? Yeah, he tells him about.
I'm glad they added that too, because him saying Smeagol, he was once called, was not in the theater version. So Frodo knowing his name in the second one was like,
makes
sense.
Know
that.
Yeah, he just had to kind of guess that at one time Bilbo or somebody talked to him about it. But even then, I don't remember Bilbo ever explaining what his real name was.
And then this is what Lance was talking about. It's a good scene because Frodo's like, I wish what's his name would have killed him, Bilbo, and he's like, why, And he basically, like Lance said, he goes into this great speech about how he had pity on him. That's why he didn't kill him. And like, you know, it's basically up to you what you do. And it kind of you could see even the Frodo's face. He was like, oh. So I'm just kind of being a dick, huh? Yeah. But it was good. It was a good teaching lesson. It was, again, live and learn, right? This is the whole point of character development. Not like today where it's just...
Well, I like that Gandalf is a little bit hard on him a couple of times in this. And it's good because he's like, you know,
he needs it.
Like, this is a heavy burden. We can't, you know, baby him while he's doing this at all.
Right.
Yeah. And then and Gandalf realizes where he has to go by the smell of something.
The Balrog. The Balrog.
Yeah.
Fruit Loops.
Let me risk
always follow
bacon.
That's what Toucan Sam used to say also.
We're going this way.
And I love how they're walking through and just in awe of this area that they're in because
I mean, it's massive, dude. It's like a whole, you know, it's an underground town, you know.
It's a good shot.
Maybe more, you know. It's seriously huge. It's like Atlanta. No, I'm kidding. No. But, you know,
As big as a city.
You can't get away from it because they were down there for like 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
I know it's freaking dark, but 3 days.
Now this
and
is
they didn't
supposed
have
to
anything
be
to light any torches.
No torches. Yeah. This is Gimli's. This is his cousin, right?
Yeah.
Balin. Yeah.
He was balling.
He was balling.
The dwarves from the
balling.
And they find like this book that was written by them. And basically, it just it goes into how they were hiding in there, trying to freaking escape or just
drums from the deep.
Yeah, drums from the deep.
Yeah, I agree. Platoon soundtrack.
Platoon, it's fantastic.
Just the tension they build,
and it's really grand. That bit of the score is outstanding.
And then this is one of the loudest moments in the history of cinema.
And of course, it had to be what's his name that does it, right?
Yeah.
Fool of it.
Throw yourself in next time.
Throw yourself in.
Rid us of your stupidity.
Yeah.
Real based Gandalf.
And it's like you see this happen. I mean, you're watching this for the first time, right? And you're thinking nothing good is going to come up. Hey, what's up, Mr. Douglas?
I love how they like wait and they all take a deep breath. Oh.
Yeah, they're just like, oh no.
And then they hear drums. It's like
slow beating of drums. It's like, oh crap.
And it's great that you don't see anything at first.
No,
you just see the torch lights gradually coming up the the tunnels and
the arrow shoots through, comes at him, and I was like, oh, this
really
is
well done.
Bad. Yeah,
they have a cave troll.
Welcome, Mr. Douglas and Mr. Sandberg and Hunty and Platoon. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, this is great. Although didn't he say? Well, so didn't what's his name say when he's closing the door? They have a cave troll.
Yeah.
They have
a cave troll. Whoa, Angry Mexa! You've never seen this movie? Watch the whole trilogy.
Who?
I've never seen it.
Angry Mexa in the chat says he has never seen.
You're angry.
Why are you here?
No wonder he's angry.
Watching Lord of the Rings.
They don't
get out of here. Go watch it.
Go watch it now. It's on. Well, anywhere. Just watch it anywhere.
Pirate it. I don't care.
Yeah. Dude, this is a classic trilogy. Watch the extended cuts of all 3 movies. It's
read?
About a week's worth of movies, but it's so worth it. I mean, read the book. You can't do what Jacob did. Read the book, watch the movies, and then read the book.
I'm reading Fellowship right now.
Andrew is the one with the bow. Oh, you didn't see the meme, huh, Andrew? I'll show it to you later.
Oh, Jacob, I saw that. I mentioned it. I had it up. I had it up while I was on BSIP, and I saw I saw that I was Legolas.
Yes.
I don't know how to feel
special.
about that.
You're very special. Well, he's only a little gay. It's okay.
What?
He doesn't have. No, that's not a bad thing. He's not. Hey, what's up, Jay? He's kind of a badass in this trilogy. You know.
I don't know.
He serves his purpose, Andrew.
This movie turned him into a brief leading man.
Yeah, look at him. Look, that's you. Look at that.
This kid was fresh out of drama school when he.
No, that was like me when I had long hair.
Yeah,
you can see from the picture.
Look at that.
We need
the
mustache.
Poonum there, Lance.
Yeah. That's definitely Lance right there.
Yeah, this is a great scene though. And again, when the cave troll does come in, I'm just sitting there going, "Wow, CGI." Slightly dated.
Yeah, it's aged a bit, but not bad.
It still looks good.
I think it's good. They knew what to do with it because it is like this is very monochrome for the color.
Yeah,
so it's pretty much black and white
for
in
the dark
characters, and it is in the dark. So that's how they benefited themselves very much while shooting this. And 100%. Also, when the Balrog, when the troll comes in, the music stops. It's somewhere when the troll comes in, the music stops, and it's just action. And I really like that, and they showed restraint when doing the the score for this, because
it wasn't like over the top. Right?
Yeah, they could have gone over the top all the time, but they definitely reserved themselves. Like,
you mean they didn't do a Hans Zimmer?
No, just play.
I mean, they could have. They could have. If it was made today, it would have happened.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
dude,
this is definitely
Platoon.
so much
It's so
better
true.
Than the,
Yeah, because in this they're actually being a team, whereas in Rings of Power, it's just Galadriel.
Just
and
her.
She lets 6 of her she stands there for almost 20 seconds, lets 6 of her men get just crushed, and then she decides, okay, I'll take this out by myself.
Yep. But nobody got killed.
What a twat.
No, Jacob, it's
none of them got killed.
No, it's the worst.
One of the things I really like in this scene is the sound design of the troll with his breathing and everything.
Yeah,
they really gave him
all the little things.
They gave him a character,
hey,
so he wasn't just a monster; he was a character, which I really like.
Yeah,
a modern troll would have just left mean comments on their Twitter feeds.
Hypno, what's up, Hypno?
That would have been
ratio.
And I like how they're messing with this messing with the troll, and he's doing whatever. And then the troll gets the better of Frodo, and of course he gets stabbed. And now again, of course, when you guys were watching this for this, did you forget that he had the mithril on for a second?
Well, see, I would say the theater version, it's kind of good that part is left out, because when he gets stabbed, there is a moment where I did forget. I was like, oh crap, and then it's like, then they pulled down, I'm like, oh right, he had the mithril shirt. That's cool. So I think for the theater version, it's good that they left it out, but for the at-home version, what they added is better.
Yeah,
I agree.
You're full of surprises, Mr.
And it would have sucked if they went back into like a dream or a memory sequence to be like, oh yeah, around that time I got that mithril.
I'll be honest. I know everyone says go watch the extended versions if you've never seen this before. I actually think people should watch the theatrical versions first, and then get the extended versions after that.
You'll appreciate it a lot
to see
more.
The differences. Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Because not a lot of people are going to want to watch 12 hours of movie just to watch a trilogy.
That's a good point, and it's fun.
People got them jobs, they got work. Just watch the theatrical, and then if you like it, watch the extended. It's
okay. So I agree with you. I agree with you, because if you do, like you said, if you have time, you don't have to watch them all at the same time if you can't, right? So watch them, and it is fun to go back and watch the extended cuts and catch the differences, because you go, oh, I mean, when I first watched the extended cuts, I was like, how much different could the holy shit? I was like, wow, and you're noticing these things, and you're like, wow, this is actually really interesting.
Much more.
Yeah. So they think Frodo's dead, of course, and then he's like, oh shit. Is he dead?
He's alive. We have to continue.
Yeah. That spear would have really stood a wild boar. Yeah.
'Tis but a scratch.
He's wearing mithril. And I like how there's more to this little hobbit than meets the eye. He's a transformer now.
Well, I kind of felt like in that line, I almost felt like he was like, he remembered Bilbo had that shirt, and he was like, okay, I think I know. Yeah. When he got up, he was like, I think I know what's going on here. That's always how I took that. Was he remembered what Bilbo had? He's like, well, if he gave him the sting, he gave him the mithril.
Bits of the theatrical legit don't make sense without the cut content. Pippin getting Palantir, and for example, which is okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Like the
theatrical versions didn't turn anyone off to it. It's all I'm saying.
I disagree with most of the panel. I if someone hasn't seen this, I would recommend that they watch the extended cuts first. My reason is you can only watch a film for the first time once.
Fuck.
That's not a bad point. That's not a bad
point. I mean, you're not disagreeing with him because he's British too. I get it.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's a cutie. This guy's a hot.
Rachel, it's Rachel Ziegler. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what she looked like during her
interview.
I wore that dress for 18 hours a day. There she is.
I deserve to be paid $5,000 an hour.
Yeah. So this is where we get the Balrog intro, which I gotta say,
this is so cool.
This might be the coolest fantasy monster ever put to film.
It's a being of fire.
Holy crap! This thing's awesome.
I mean,
fire with
a demon. Sword. It's a demon of the ancient world. Good job, Jacob. You're right, because I like, and I love how he knows, right? He knows what he's dealing with.
Yeah, so and Legolas has an idea, because they show a shot of him, and he looks terrified, and you're like, okay, if Legolas is scared,
of it. Yeah.
And then you see Boromir, and Boromir's like, "Aight, we ready to fight," and
he's like, "Your swords are no good here."
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever he says.
It's nah,
only
we're not
two others took out Balrogs in Lord of the Rings in the Middle Earth. Mm-hmm. One of them, it was a tie; they both died.
And actually, both fights ended in both of them dying. The Balrog and the
guy.
elf.
Okay.
And one ended with a resurrection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, two did. Gandalf and
was it a resurrection or
blasphemous? Sax, good on you.
Listen, I am an extended cut guy, but not everyone wants to watch 12 hours of movie.
No, I think
watch whatever you want. I'm not gonna shade you.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. This first time watching this scene, they're running down this stairs. The music that's playing is so incredible. This is kind of that moment for me in the film where I was just like, okay, I'm watching something truly special. Like I was like 18 when this came out. And I was like,
let me ask you a question, Gord. You're watching this scene. Well, how old were you when you saw this in the movie?
I was 18.
Okay, so was there a hole puncturing the popcorn at this point?
if I had popcorn, there probably would have been. I would have looked down and be like, I told you to take the wizard stuff.
You got a super chat from Arnold. Is this New Zealand money again? This guy,
it is.
Yeah. At work on a 5-minute break, Lord of the Rings are the best movies ever made. The Moria sequence is the absolute goat of Lord of the Rings, and I know I was an extra in the first Hobbit film.
What?
I spent 2 weeks in What? Oh, cool. Well, thank you for the super chat, my friend.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
This person
no kidding, dude. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
So I guess is this the only? Sorry, go ahead.
No, so was that popcorn comment? Were you trying to imply that he was getting aroused?
He was happy.
By Balrog.
He was happy. He was getting aroused by the whole movie. The scene at this point. So it's okay, Gord. We're friends here, man.
Yeah, I was thinking Liv Tyler's not in this scene. So what's going
on?
Not
yet. No,
she's not. She's not.
Nobody tosses a dwarf, and I like how he grabs.
Brilliant line.
Great line.
I guess this is the only scene. Is this the scene where the stairs with Aragorn and Frodo?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's the only scene where the CGI really, really did not age well out of the whole movie, basically.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't notice it all that much. I guess I'm just not paying. I'm so caught up in the moment. I don't really pay much attention.
Oh no, but it's forgivable given that for me because of the time. But again,
Spawn and the CG from Spawn. That was
it's a little like, but I get it. I get it. I'm not saying it would look much better.
CGI is the compositing of the fake fire at some points, but overall, I think it's fine.
Yeah. 100%.
I love the shot where you follow the arrow and it takes out the orc on the
right through the head. Yeah.
Well, this is through his head.
And this is where
I like how.
Go ahead, Jacob.
I like how Aragorn tries to go back up the steps to fight it.
Yeah.
Gandalf's like, "Do as I say."
Yeah.
No good here.
That's a good point, Jacob. Yeah.
Next time you see all their faces, just take a look, and they all have like soot and dirt on their faces. They actually look like they're in a real scene or something. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. If it were me on this bridge, I probably would be a little hesitant about running. I'd be like,
until you see a demon behind you, you'd be like, okay.
I mean, true, but it's like I'd say
you're a Gord. You'd have to roll anyway. So
very true. Very true.
Look
we can toss you.
Bro, it's so
no one tosses a gourd,
dude. Right? And people complain that there wasn't a lot of action in this version because this is the whole setup to everything else. But when it did come, when the action did come, it just it had such impact. And this was great. Like I was saying with the CGI, we were talking. I mean, you could pick out things today that are made just recently and go, they don't look nearly this good.
I've got to say that the whole movie basically is a chase with a number of rest stops. So anybody that says there's not enough action in it, I was just gripped the whole way through the movie. It never felt like you had a moment to breathe, really.
I agree.
I'll say this also, and this was going to be a piece of trivia, but this scene in particular highlights it. So all the sound design around the Balrog is it's so spectacular. And what's frustrating is this movie wasn't even nominated for sound design.
No,
that's only 2 movies actually got nominated that year. I don't remember. One of them was Monsters Inc. and the other one was the one that won. But I was like, they didn't even nominate this for sound design. I was like, you idiots.
Did they get it for Return of the King?
Sound editing, but
Return of the King was nominated for like a million things.
All of them were nominated for a lot. This had 13 nominations.
It's like they cleaned up on Return of the King. Maybe they got it for Return of the King. I don't know.
This one actually got nominated for more Oscars than Return of the King. Return of the King won more.
Spider-Man Lotus had better CGI than Hulk. She-Hulk.
Actually, real can confirm.
It's true. So this is the part we get right. Now, I don't think many people were expecting this to happen so soon. nobody. I don't know if everybody really thought that he was going to end up dying, and that's it.
Yeah,
for
if you didn't know the book, that was.
Yeah, if you didn't know the book, you're like
before this,
right?
So I did not exactly know until I started reading the books after I first saw the movie, so that's where I found out.
Yeah,
Gandalf was okay,
so
but
you get the scene where he gets pulled down. So he stops the Balrog. He does his famous line. If anybody wants to impersonate him, go ahead.
Ah, you fool.
Yeah, so he goes, he tells, you shall not, and he does this wizardry shit. The bridge breaks, and then of course the Balrog gets his whip out and just catches him in his leg. And again, yeah, so he says, "Fly, you fools," and then for the longest time, I always thought it was "Run, you fools." I'm pretty sure that was.
Well, fly is. Thing. I mean, you can use the word "fly" for run.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like for some reason, because of his accent, I always thought it was "run." Okay. But I'm a little stupid, Gord.
I would have thought it would have sounded like
Gandalf
flee.
likes to keep things vague.
He does. Fly, you fools.
He was telling them use the eagles, idiots.
Yeah, that was the eagle hint that they didn't say.
Yeah. So this is, you see, of course, Frodo's screaming no. They pull everybody out, and the music they're playing at this point
is so emotive.
Oh, man.
Amazing. And then of course that's the music they used for the Man of Steel teaser trailer. The first one.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's Warner Brothers.
I'm pretty sure they did. They did, didn't they?
They did. They used one in two versions. The one with the Papa Kent, and then the one with Zod, not Zod. Who was Superman's father? Jor-El. Yeah. So but the first teaser trailer that came out was the one with Kevin Costner speaking to that's the music they used. And I was like, why does this music sound so familiar?
Bizarre.
Yeah, and they because it's Warner Brothers.
That trailer is not ensconced in my memory.
Actually,
it's not ensconced in my memory, but I do. When he brought it up, I was like,
right?
"That's the movie that used this music." Because
every time I hear
a trailer
that
did that, I just couldn't remember what it was.
The actors do a great job with this scene, with all the different
emotion.
Yeah, and like Orlando Bloom.
And they fit each character really well circumstantially.
Could you pull up Copa's comment real quick there, Mike?
Gandalf the Gabagool.
Gandalf the Gabagool.
Run to the Gabagool. Where's the Gabagool? We gotta do a Sopranos review one day. God, that would be some. Yeah. So and then he's like, let's get everybody up, and he's like,
Aragorn's got to take the. He takes the lead here.
He takes the lead, and he knows that we have to get going. Like I understand.
Even Boromir's like, let him rest there.
Yeah. That's one of the other moments where Boromir's kind of standing up.
They're just so small and so poor.
But he knows
that has the one line in the movie that I really hate.
What now?
That's the line. This is the one line in the movie I really hate. By nightfall, these hills will be swarming with orcs, and the way he says it just
you don't
sounds
like the way
out
he's delivered. What were you saying, Jacob? I'm sorry, buddy. You were saying
I was quoting this.
Sounds fine.
Oh, his line. Okay, I'm sorry. And it's but he knows that they have to keep moving. There's a time to grieve. It's not right now, but they have to get to the fucking Elf Woods, whatever the hell it was called. Yeah, and so. And then I like how he's like, Frodo, and Frodo's crying. Poor Frodo.
They're all
Frodo just wants to leave. He's like, please leave me alone.
Yeah, he's checked out at this point. He's like, I didn't want all this. I was just smoking my shit on a Shire a couple of days ago or whatever. Now I got to freaking
be Sam's wingman for Rosie.
He's like, oh, the woods are right there. And I like this part when because obviously Legolas knows what's going on here, and of course I like Gimli though. He's like, I have the what does he say? I have the
eyes the ears of a fox and the eyes of a hawk.
Because I have the eyes of a hound and the ears of a fox.
Whitey Bear makes so much noise. We could have heard
him in the dark. He's starting to hear Galadriel at this point, right? I think this is the scene where she hears. Yeah,
you bring great evil here, Ring Bearer.
You bring great evil. The dwarf's breaths were so loud.
So loud we could shock him in the dark.
And then now this is an extended scene, which I think plays a big role. Because they really do a lot of character development here. And they go through each character. And I like how, Gord. So he says something to the dwarf, right? The dwarf says
he
something
says
back.
in Dwarvish, he says, so Haldir says, we have not had dealings with the dwarf since the dark days. And he's like, you know what this dwarf says to that? And translated, he says, I spit on your grave.
Wow.
Damn. Racist.
Based. That's
I like this guy.
Now,
Aragorn's like, that was not so courteous.
This was in the book they were saying that they were going to have to blindfold Gimli if they were going to because they were going to let him pass it first, and but they couldn't go back. So they were going to blindfold Gimli, and then like Aragorn, goes, "No, you'll have to blindfold us all if you're going to blindfold him because it's messed up." And even
also in the book there was a small battle of the orcs that were chasing him. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Amen, Hunty. The only movie Galadriel that we needed.
Dude, you're not even lying.
Yeah.
And I like this part because Frodo's feeling a lot of responsibility here, and everybody's looking at him. And
even one of the head elf there says,
"Yeah,
you bring great evil here.
Yeah, you can't pass through." And then they have to obviously, don't carry the weight of the. And he's being good dude here,
he's
man.
kind here. It's like Boromir. It's like it's easy to think the first time you watch this, okay, Boromir's a jerk, but he makes everything. It's like no, when you actually see a lot of the scenes from the whole trilogy, and you think about what his character's been through, it's like, gosh, it's really a tragic story what he goes through.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
it is. But it kind of makes me wonder: was that him, or was that the ring?
Well, the ring's obviously what turned him. It's like he
brings out.
I think he's a genuinely good guy. It's just, but he's You gotta think like they live in the shadow of Mordor, basically, with all that weight put on. He knows his people are failing. He knows they're probably all gonna die, and he's just losing all of his hope. And it's like he's desperate.
When he's happy,
the ring is playing on that desperation.
Jana, that's a good
Galadriel.
But the fantasy aspect here with the way they just film this, it's so good.
Everything's majestic.
Lighting, majestic. Like, yeah.
The music in this is great as
beautiful.
Ethereal.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. And there she is. And when you watch I've only seen the first 2 episodes of Rings of Power. When I watched this though, and go back, I'm like, dude, what? How do you screw this up so bad with that show? Because God, she was like,
well, the elves are supposed to kind of be angelic,
That's fine,
and she portrays that so well. Her and Liv Tyler. It's like if you want to believe elves are angelic, they do it here.
There's her husband that wasn't in the show.
Yeah,
Celeborn. By the way, I always thought it was funny that Celeborn's in one of the Bourne movies. So it's like the Celeborn identity.
He is.
This is his Celeborn identity.
He's a British actor, and he actually lives up the road from me.
Oh, really?
Get him. Turn him on the show. Go knock on his door. Hey, you want to be on a show with
I haven't bumped into him lately, so.
Okay.
He used
Not
to
enough
bring his
feminist
kids to the
fiction.
drama school.
Good point, Copa. Good point, Copa.
This is where you see like she reaches out to Gimli a little, and this, I love this. I loved this.
It was great. It was great.
Like she doesn't care that he's a dwarf.
No.
She's really kind and compassionate towards him.
Yeah, and it's love at first sight for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's love at first sight.
She spoke to me in my mind.
He's instantly like, all those racist things I said, I didn't really mean them, baby.
That's not, I didn't. That's just, I was just kidding.
He goes full simp and asks for
like, girl, I like your hair. Your hair's so pretty.
I like the way you look. Yeah. But she's going through, and then she's like, straight, she gives her little speeches here and there, yet hope remains looking at Sam, right? And
hope remains for those who remain true.
Yes.
And that's where she looks at Sam.
Yep. Poor Sam. Welcome. Yeah, I love this part when she's talking, but she's talking to him through her mind.
Stands on the edge of a knife.
That's the biggest smile that she gives Kate Blanchett. She doesn't smile like she's riding a horse,
Right. No.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to know why she was smiling while riding the horse.
And she's like talking to, the group, addressing them while in her mind still using, elven magic, I guess, and all that, in her ways, to talk to him. And, that was pretty kind of cool. And then somebody zooms in on her freaky eyes.
And I'm trying to remember, was this scene where the elves are singing and he's explaining... Was this in the extended cut or in the original movie as well?
Part of it's in the theatrical cut. Like Legolas's line is in it, but Frodo, his little poem about the fireworks, that's not.
Yeah, I like that part because he's like, he gives this poem and he's like, oh, that's not good at all. It's like,
something interesting
in blue and green.
And then the Silmarillion. It says that the Valar that were ruled over this place, which they're like gods pretty much. One of them sang songs of lament, which are mournful songs.
And there's an actual full version of this poem, by the way.
It's in this, kind of cool.
No kidding.
Yeah. There is a full version of this poem.
And I'm just very thankful that they left that crap out.
Yeah, I don't need the whole poem.
The amount of singing.
Hey, this is just showing Sam's workshopping it.
Hey, if Amazon had made it, they would have, gone on a episode-long explanation of it.
They would have had a dance choreographer help them too. But oh good.
You know why fireworks fly and stones don't?
With an intimacy coordinator as well.
Yes.
yes.
And of course, this was in the extended cut only when he's talking to him, I think, right? Yeah, this wasn't in the original.
Freaked out.
This is in the original. I'll find no rest here. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm thinking. Sorry, I was thinking. Okay, so yeah, and then he gives a good, because he's trying to kind of tell him, hey, everything's gonna be fine, but he's like, no, she spoke to me in my mind about my father, and like typical, like his rule of fate. It was, and he just can't get over it. He's not.
Well, and this is also the first time he starts to look to Aragorn for some hope.
Yes,
because he knows obviously Aragorn is heir to the throne.
Is that hope? Yep.
I do love that scene between them, and the silver trumpets, and you can really visualize it, and that's what he hopes for his people, and that really links in well to the death scene at the end.
Yeah. So they're all sleeping. This is where Frodo sees Galadriel going with this like silver. What is it like a?
What do you see?
Mirror of Galadriel.
Mirror of Galadriel. That's it. Yeah. So. She even says, "Do you want
any rocks in the bottom of the water?"
What shall I see? Oh yeah, what will I see?
They were looking down.
I shall see scenes that will be cut from the Return of the King.
I don't know, but after you watch it, you'll have to erase your search history.
Yeah, and so basically, it shows Frodo what will happen if he fails. Everybody being in prison. It was really good, and of course, again, the ring being pulled in towards the eye, the great eye. But this was good. It was good. It was good. He needed to see it, and I like how she's like, "I know it is what you saw because I see it too." It was cool.
And it was good that they did actually show the scourging of the Shire, in one form or another, even though the ending was changed. And I think that was the right decision.
I agree.
Now, this part was cool because he's like he wants to give her the ring, right? And she's like, "You offer it to me freely." This part was look at that. I got shot.
Yeah. That is so freaking cool.
Isn't that Mrs.
would have a queen?
Isn't that Mrs. Cannelloni standing in there for that shot? I think.
This is sassy Sasquatch.
Sassy. This is what happens when I don't do something she wants. All shouted
you will come to the shower with me
now. This is like the speech that feminists say in the mirror every morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
Would you say that she kind of flipped out here? Like, she kind of went.
Because she's a ring bearer of a different ring of power, so she has an inkling of what she could be with that.
Oh yeah, she's not stupid.
I got into so much trouble on one of my YouTube channels for saying that she basically went crazy with power for a minute. People
Why would you get in trouble for
that? There are some fans of this movie that make me not like the movie.
There's a lot of fans. Yeah. This is where she talks about being the ring bearer, obviously, and she'll, like Gord said, she understands what's. And then at this point, it's like, okay, well, I know what I have to do, but I'm afraid to do it. He just wants to go on his own because he doesn't want to bring down the. Oh, this is cute. This guy's cute. This guy's cute looking. Yeah,
little gay boys.
Who would want to have a pet?
It's funny. It's funny to me that some people actually have tried to say that, like Tolkien, he was using the Uruk-hai and the orcs; those just represent black people and stuff. I'm like, so you think black people are made in the dirt? What's wrong with you?
Right?
What's wrong with you?
They're born of mud and ooze.
I like this. Whom do you serve?
That character's not in the books.
Nope.
But
they
felt that they needed a kind of like a leader for them.
I feel like that was a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that was people's focus
because it makes Boromir's death more poignant that he's killed by somebody we've identified with earlier, rather than just a random orc with a bow.
Spoilers, Lance. God.
Well, I think everybody's seen it, haven't they?
Look what they've done to the woods, to the trees. Look at it. God, bastards.
Yeah, I like what Saruman says there. bring back the elves, the hobbits, unspoiled.
Unspoiled.
And the orc is like, oh man.
Yeah, like come on, I want to eat something.
Unspoiled means unspoiled means don't rape them.
Don't buy them anything. Don't give them any candy. Don't take them shopping. Do not spoil them.
Yeah, and this part I like. I like that this addition was put in.
Yeah,
did a lot again. Character development. He's talking about the elvish bread because they bring up this bread like later on.
Yeah, this is in the Two Towers, but this scene is not in the theatrical.
No, and it explains why so little bread could fill them up because he says it fills them.
How many of you eaten? 4.
Yeah. 4. That's all these people do is eat. Yeah, and this was done really well. Yeah, Galadriel.
I like that knife.
How freaking cool is
badass.
that blade?
Yeah, that thing is cool. Look at that. Jacob's like, I want that thing.
Yes.
I agree, Platoon. I like the film Saruman better too.
I still prefer film Saruman book too. Yeah, well, again, I haven't read the book, so
well, it's Count Dooku.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Yeah.
Did you put a hat?
Dooku's the best thing about Attack of the Clones too.
Got a rep.
Oh, you're a beautiful man. Look at you representing there. I'm gonna have to read these books. So how long is each book? Hey, Theme Park, what's up? Buddy?
Yes.
I mean, they take a little while to read, but they're not too bad.
Okay. I'm gonna have to read.
The audiobook for the first one I have is 4 hours.
Yeah. Isn't that the one with what's his name? Who reads every character? Oh God, guy who plays Smeagol.
Andy Serkis? No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't have that one.
There is an audiobook. I think it's a newer version of him doing all the characters.
Yes. The one I have adds the music from the movie.
Vex.
So.
Oh, is it? Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's cool.
A lot of atmospheric noise. I just listen to that and go to sleep because it's beautiful.
So the audiobooks would be a good option while I'm working. When I'm in my zone,
dude,
I can
do it.
Do it. Yeah, so this is where they're getting like a little. Galadriel's giving them each a little thing to say for a parting gift. Yeah, little
daggers,
gifts.
Rope.
This is just a scene from any D&D
She actually gives him dirt.
That's true.
She gives Frodo bathwater.
She gives him Sam's in case you want to hang yourself if this doesn't work. Go ahead and use this rope.
Yeah, giving her bathwater, and then she's like, "Here's some hair, you simp."
She's like, Gimli, here's some trimmers for that hair.
This is what came out of my drain. You can have.
I like how he's
my hair.
I asked for one hair from her golden hair.
Yeah, she's simping hard for her. I want to look at the most beautiful.
She gave me a pube.
I fear the and then he's talking about
the golden curlies.
Liv Tyler's character, how her power's diminishing, and this is they casted well for Kate Blanchett in this role was done very well.
And this role was originally going to be
was
played
not
by
the original
Winslet.
actress they wanted either.
Oh God, save it for the trivia.
God
damn it!
Wait, do we have trivia without Vex?
Yeah, Gord King took over the role of trivia person. I asked him politely today, and he goes, "Okay, I'll do the one thing I asked," and he does like the whole trivia. So he took initiative. I love him.
Incidentally, he is also now Indian.
Here's my bathwater.
Yeah.
Also, Henry
it glows.
Cavill.
Don't ask
love
why.
him.
Love him.
Shows up with a shirt.
Yeah.
That.
God, Gordon.
He's like, what the heck am I supposed to do with this stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a light.
And to you, Tin Man, I give a heart.
Hey, goodbye. She's waving. I'll never see you again because you hopefully. Yeah. But again, they're
like good riddance.
Yeah. This is where he talks about the hair. He's such a simp. Hey, you can't.
She gave me 3.
Well, they kind of just illegally immigrated into her woods and so.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's a bunch of free stuff and some boats. Go away.
That's what Joe Biden does. Here are 3 locks of my hair. Now
3 locks. Yeah. Now vote for me. Oh God! Oh, poor Frodo. Frodo's just like Frodo knows what's coming for him.
I don't think
he knows.
I don't think he's smiled yet since the death of
Gandalf. Everything Gandalf.
I don't think he smiles until the end of either the end of this movie or
this movie.
It's this movie.
Yeah, I like their theme. The works theme.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did it? Yeah, the horns blowing. Yeah, that's right.
They really build up the tension well here.
They do.
This might honestly, this might be the best musical score of all time. This trilogy. It might be.
Dude, no, it is. 100%.
Every time I watch this movie, Mrs. Sassy's doing something. She goes, "Wow, the soundtrack is just fantastic."
I mean, I know a lot of people say the Star Wars trilogy, and I get it, but guys, I think this raised it to another level.
This is better than Star Wars.
I think John Williams overall is a better composer, but like if we're talking heights, Howard Shaw, just bro.
Oh, he killed it.
Tonally, the score matches the film perfectly.
It's just so good. Yeah, have some fruit. Sam's always eating.
These are all extended scenes, I think, aren't they?
Yeah, this one is.
Yes. Yeah, this is
this one. Have some food, Mr. Frodo, so I can feed you to the spider later.
Yes.
And this part, and this is where he gets mad at Aragorn.
Yeah, he's like, and this I think is Boromir being Boromir. He's trying to rally Aragorn because he wants to hope in something, and this is someone he could look to. But Aragorn's just not having it. He wants nothing to do with them.
No, not at all. He's pushing
to make the ring within 100 leagues of your city.
Yeah,
this is one of my favorite shots in the movie coming up when they see the Argonath for the first time.
I'll just fast forward a little bit. God, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. Imagine passing through that and seeing that. That's wow. Majestic and just look at that.
Yeah,
God,
really loved it. Exactly how I imagined it from the book as well.
I mean, you see the scale there, but then you see them go past their feet.
Yeah, it's massive.
Shot.
Look at that. Yeah, look at there you go.
Pics.
Put him up on OnlyFans. I'm sorry.
I literally would trade Lady Liberty for these statues. No trouble.
Dude, no kidding.
I'd do it in a second. Because at this point, we kind of need to tell everybody to stop coming. And this is kind of a good statue for that.
Show pass.
I live in a border state. Let's just put these by the walls.
And it's like, guys, come on.
That's a good idea.
Turn back.
There was a special edition DVD set that came with little model statues of these things that you could use as kind of bookends.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is where they get off the boat and kind of find another resting place. And they're going to cross at nightfall because it's easier to travel.
And Legolas is warning them. It's like a shadow and a threat has been growing in my mind.
My mind. Andrew. That's Lega Andrew.
Yeah, I love Gimli.
Andrew's like,
we have to go.
Leg Droom. Sorry, I was on Twitter.
Leg Droom. No, you're good.
I love Gimli. He's like, we have to go over razor sharp rocks, and then it gets even better. Miles of swamps.
Festering, stinking marshlands as far as the eye can see.
So positive.
And I've only got little legs.
And I noticed Boromir's gone.
It's okay, Gimli. You're a sprinter.
Boromir's gone. Frodo's gone.
I like all these details in the background with like the fallen statues, and it used to be a kingdom of you know, something else, and it's now
there's history just taking up every shot, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Look at Frodo.
I don't even think they talk about the statues. They're just there.
They're just there.
They're just like, these are here. They're cool.
This used to be a kingdom of Boromir's people, but it's gradually fallen to Mordor, isn't it?
Yeah, now only the foot statue's important.
Feet pics.
Feet pics.
Boromir, the temptation of the ring takes him.
If you could use the ring. Look at this scene. He's like this little hobbit. Where are you gonna go, buddy?
Like I'd like to borrow some sugar. Can I borrow the ring, please?
And he's like the second tallest person in the crew, and he's chasing.
No, I know. And then he realizes
to buy.
Yeah, so at this point he's at his dark, and then he falls, and he's like, "Oh shit, what did I do?" He kind of snaps out of it. He's like, "Uh-oh, poor Frodo."
Oh crap.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Frodo. And this is where the eye comes back. They show the tower, but the eye, look at that. That's a good shot. Whatever the fuck he says, I don't know.
Was that Vex sounds?
That's Vex talking Cavill sounds.
I see you, Henry.
I see you.
Get in the basement.
Frodo. Yeah, he just at this point doesn't trust anyone, not even Aragorn. But Aragorn does the right thing. He puts his. You know, the ring's calling out to him, and he puts it back in his hand. He's like,
I would have gone with you to
the end. I know.
Yeah.
Tell Sam I can't be his lover anymore.
Now, unfortunately, I don't think any of that part happened in the book.
There's a close up of an orc's face here just before they attack, which is actually right at the beginning of the movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just before the Battle of Mount Doom, when they cut to a snarling guy, it's the same.
Okay, same shot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, lazy 0 out of 10.
Find the halfling.
Yeah, and
this battle scene just feels so organic and so good. It's
really good.
Oh, and then there's that Frodo's not crane, but like drone shot before drones existed.
Yeah.
It just sweeps past all of the orcs, and then it stops at Boromir, and it's just so cool.
Gives you the geography of where everybody.
I like how
battle.
Frodo's lightsaber glows blue.
Yeah, because he says that's why he tells him to run. Yeah, Aragorn, run. You see this pull. Yeah, that was cool. And then
Eric and the guy in Vigo, I think, was doing this scene like right after he joined the crew because he joined late. I think he was doing this scene like within about 24 to 48 hours or something of coming on the set. He had very little training before doing stuff like this.
I didn't know that.
I don't know exactly what scene. I think it's this scene. I think very little training.
The sword trainer said that he was like a natural.
He said he was the best swordsman he'd ever trained.
Wow.
Yeah. The first thing he did was with Arwen when he arrived on set.
Okay.
That's on the making of on the extended.
Well, did you say something, Andrew? Sorry, I didn't know. Did you get? You were gonna say something?
I think the scene that he came on, like it was his first one, was
Ghostbusters 2 reference.
The scene where he fights off the 9 wraiths or the 6 wraiths
on that
Weathertop.
Weathertop is the first one because he's just like he's wailing with the torch and he's like doing whatever.
He's going crazy. Yeah. So this is where the other hobbits distract the enemy, and so Frodo can run, and then they get. Oh no! Yeah, they're about.
You get to see like true acts of valor from like everybody in the fellowship. It's such a great.
There goes Andrew with his bow.
Listen, I play Fortnite enough. I know how to quick scope.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you're perfect for this guy.
I know how to kill elephants.
The extended version of this battle is so much better than the original, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They added what they added to this really makes it even better.
You ever watch this scene? Watch this scene with your Dolby Atmos setup and the house is shaking. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, the subwoofer turned up, the bass turned up.
You know, this scene with Boromir dying wasn't in the book, but they did an excellent job in bringing it to life.
Adding it to the movie. Yeah.
In the book, he's just kind of like, I'm dead. Goodbye.
I mean, he's
like they come upon Aragorn beside him as he's dying or something. They don't like have any last words with him. I'm like, okay, this is where the movie's better.
Dempsey, what's up, Dempsey?
I love the way they've got this statue behind him when he's
great shot
hit with the arrows, and it's almost like the symbolism of his kingdom looking down on his last act of valor.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. Look at you, Lance. You're a deep man, Lance.
Director in
Look how thick these arrows are, too.
Dude, he gets stuck with
they're like little trees flying at him.
3 arrows, and he still gets up and does his thing, and he has no liver anymore, but hey, he can still fight off the orcs.
I mean, he still rocks it. Yeah.
He's killing it.
Sorry, if those man tears aren't welling up in you at this point, there's something wrong with you.
There's something welling up. It ain't tears.
This guy's a professional at dying on camera. If you can't cry,
he knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how he's about to get almost close range stabbed in the eye.
You forgot to mention what the Uruk-hai are doing with Merry and Pippin.
Oh yeah, they steal them.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
And then the shield gets thrown at him. This is insane.
This was crazy. This part
boiling them.
Yeah, he gets out
in the book. Aragorn is doing up his pants.
Is he really? Is that true?
That's what Zach said.
Zax.
I like the fact that this fight with Aragorn is really quick. At first, you think it's going to be a bit of a drawn-out sword fight, but he just bests him really quickly, and I love that.
Yeah, so real sword fights are quick.
This might be in the trivia.
Yeah, last one I saw was so quick.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. The part, I don't know if there's going to be, I don't know. The part where he throws the knife at him, that was not supposed to happen.
Nope.
He accidentally let go of it.
And him batting it away was just pure instinct.
Like, oh shit.
I can't imagine being the orc. And he's just, he accidentally lets go, and inside he's like, oh my God, I'm so fast.
He didn't lose his job, thankfully, because he actually has 3 pretty important parts where he plays he plays the really the one with like elephantitis, basically in Return of the King. And
Oh,
he's
that's
the Witch
him.
King.
Oh, the guy that
Witch
looks
King
like,
too.
like Harvey Weinstein.
And he played the mouth of Sauron, the mouth of Sauron in the extended cut.
The extended cut.
Did he? I thought that was someone else.
I thought that was him as well, wasn't it?
No,
I thought the
that
mouth
was
of
that
Sauron was a
lanky
different
dude
guy.
in the Road Warrior.
Yeah, he's the guy who plays like the train man in the Matrix Revolution.
That actor also played multiple roles, didn't he? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of the
You see
wrong
him
guy.
in makeup in a lot of
He played
stuff.
at work too.
So this guy will never be able to clap again, but hey, you know. Yeah, this is good. So he chops his head off, which was fucking amazing.
Awesome.
I love how the orc grabs the sword and kind of pulls him
into it. Yeah.
like to bite him or something.
Yeah, this would be a big bitch.
It's like I'm really hard.
I'm an orc.
I
So
don't care
also-
how much you penetrate me. Wait.
During this
Yes,
death
Andrew.
scene in the music, they're singing Elvish, and there's actually lyrics to it that are translated that are really good.
No kidding.
I think the lyrics are, "I do not love the sword for its brightness, nor the arrow for its swiftness. I only love in which those protect," or something along those lines.
That's some deep stuff right there, man.
I think it's one of the best death scenes ever filmed in a movie.
Yep.
ever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I was watching this like on my
What's up,
phone
Ransom?
while sitting at work, and I'm like having to fight back crying watching. I'm like,
Yeah,
dang
dude.
it, this affects me even
It's
on a
good.
phone with one headphone in.
You're supposed to be working, goddammit.
And
Come on, Gord.
My job
another-
is so mundane. It's okay.
I hear you.
Another example of where the movie did it better is after they got done with Boromir here, they all sang a song.
Mhm.
They all sang different parts of a song on the spot for him.
I'm glad that wasn't included.
I am so glad.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah,
time
this-
to-
Instead,
Boromir.
all that happens is
It might have been in the
Aragorn-
musical.
he calls him my captain. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, really,
I would have
dude.
followed you.
Yeah.
Don't do
again,
this.
big brother.
This is such a
My
bro
captain,
moment right here.
my
Like if you're
king.
just
Mhm.
yeah.
They kiss, and it ain't even gay.
No,
It
it's
ain't even
it's,
gay. No.
it's a beautiful moment.
It is.
I'd kiss a homie goodnight. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like that.
I kiss you goodnight.
Aragorn won't commit to being the king, but he says he'll do his best. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
he kind of, yeah.
He also
He
says
won't-
like
and-
the White Towers will wait for their soldiers' return, but he
Yep.
will not come. or something like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
as he just looks off with a tear.
so good.
And
Frodo
this
looks-
bit is really powerful too.
yeah, because he's
You know,
like
you got that
he's
line
looking at his
again.
ring. He's looking at the ring. He's looking out, and he's like, okay, I got to go on my own. I can't sacrifice these people. You know.
Yeah, almost
I
like
gotta-
I'm bringing all this pain on everybody right now.
Yeah, poor guy. You feel it. But yeah, Andrew's right. Ever since Gandalf's death, his whole demeanor just completely changed because he realized the impact that. Yeah, and then of course Sam being Sam.
And go
was
back,
loyal.
Sam. You're too fat.
You have to go make.
You'll
He
sink
cut
like
his
a
foot- he cut
millstone.
his foot
Stop it.
open.
You carry too much food in your.
You have
in
to
your
go make
clothes.
Rudy.
When he filmed this shot, he cut his foot open when he ran into the lake.
Yeah,
That's true.
No
yeah.
kidding.
Yeah,
Did it
injured
bad.
himself
Piece of
pretty
glass.
badly.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
why
he
he's
had
ra-
it coming.
Barefoot.
Deserved.
This poor guy. He starts sinking because he's a hobbit, and of course Frodo comes in last second and saves
When you
him.
think about like the last like 20 or 30 minutes of this movie, really from about the time the Battle of Amon Hen starts to
It's-
the
dude,
end,
it's
they're
so
hitting
good.
every emotional note. Perfect.
Yeah.
And you're thinking this is only the first movie, man. Like how
Yeah.
much better can it? And it gets. Good.
They popped off. It's like, bro,
They
how do you
did,
follow
dude.
this up? They
Yeah,
cook.
They, had a- they let him
They
cook.
Bro, they cook
And he puts on,
incomprehensibly.
I like here also he puts on Boromir's was it a gauntlet or something like that?
Yeah,
As well.
yeah.
It's on his
Yep.
gauntlets, and he wears
Yeah.
them throughout the entire movie or
Yep.
the entire
Yes.
trilogy.
Yeah.
I even think he wears them when he becomes King of Gondor.
Mhm.
Oh, God. Now, like when you guys first saw this, like, did you see it when it kind of came out or came to DVD or video back then too?
I was DV. I was on cassette. Excuse me, because that's how old
yeah,
I
yeah,
am.
VHS.
It's on record.
I
But
saw
then-
them in theaters.
I didn't
But,
see
uh,
it.
yeah.
I saw
How
this.
did that
Yeah.
hit you? Like, yeah, did that the fact that you're gonna have to wait for the next movie because this was such a big freaking movie?
How long?
I was
it
okay with it
between
because I knew that there was only a year gap between each one.
Yeah,
so
between
I
all
was
of
like,
them,
that's
yeah.
fine. I was
Yeah.
like, they ended this so well that there was a part of me that's like, gosh, I wish I could watch the next one, but I was like, I only gotta wait a year. It's fine.
Wait, hold
on. We didn't have streaming back then.
Somebody highlight R2's first comp. Here, I'll do it. What is this? Why?
Why? Treadmill. That could be interesting. We'll try that next time.
I don't have a treadmill.
We can really get into the moment, you know?
Yeah, so we really feel their fatigue.
Feel the whole...
Exactly.
I was going to say, I saw this at the opening night in Leicester Square Odeon, which is the big cinema where they do all the premieres in London.
Oh, no kidding.
It was absolutely packed. I saw all 3 films there on the opening night.
Dude,
when it finished, you could just feel that the audience were like, oh, like, I want to see more. You could just feel it from everybody. And it had that amazing atmosphere when everybody got up after the film. Everyone was talking. Everybody was... the atmosphere was just incredible, and you rarely get that in a cinema these days.
Yeah, that's true, Zach.
Well, and my experience, like watching this, I had never read these books. I barely knew anything about Lord of the Rings before these movies came out, and it wasn't. I got a little bit of hint of what it was beforehand, and I was like, okay, I want to see this. My brother and I watched it, and we were just completely blown away. I think we all together saw this 3 times in the theater.
Dude, I didn't want to see it. My friend at work, I worked with at the time, I was in my 20s, and he's like, you got it. I was like, I don't care. Like, this looks stupid. I watched it when it came out on video, which I don't know how long. I am stupid. So I watched it with Mrs. Sassy, and I was like, wow. I made a big mistake not seeing this on a big screen.
Mm-hmm. And so have you not been able to see it at the cinema on a rerun, or?
What year did this come out?
Yeah, 2001.
Don't say 1.
Yeah, 2001.
2001.
2001.
Why, Andrew? Look at his face. He's like, why?
This movie's older than me.
Yep.
Yes, we said that already the first time.
Yeah.
You did? Oh, the first time.
On the first stream, we said
that. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Bless your heart.
Andrew.
Yeah, but I did see the next 2. We did see the next 2 in the movie theaters. Thank God.
I saw these 3 movies that combined 13 times in the
Aren't
theaters.
they re-releasing them, or didn't they just do it recently? I thought they were doing it again.
They did.
They just had a re-release of them in England.
Okay.
In the States, they did Return to the King just because it's 20 years old now.
What was that, Jacob? I'm sorry.
I missed the 3rd one in the theater.
Oh, really?
I didn't see any of them in the theater because I was about a
child. You were like, you were like a baby. It's okay. We forgive you.
My watch of this movie is really weird because I started watching it on TV. Like, I wouldn't even watch the full thing on TV. I'd have to get in on the start, and then there would be ads, and then like I have to leave to go do something or something like that. It was only until I bought the theatrical version, I watched that, and then people were like, but the extended cut, and then I got the the extended cut. It was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I got the extended cut, and I'm like, yes, best movie of all time. Goodbye.
It's absolutely just unbelievable. Yeah, so
they rocked me. They drank money out of me. You buy all the movies individually.
Yeah.
Well, first we had it on VHS,
Yep.
And then we got it all on DVDs individually, and then it's like, there's a 3-pack with extended commentary. And then they came out with the extended versions, and then also specialty packs.
And I was happy to buy each and every one of them.
One.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to see all 3 extended versions at the cinema when they came out as well.
Wow.
And the first ever screening of Return of the King was with the extended version was shown again in Leicester Square, and it was about 2 weeks before it was actually released on video. And there was just that one screening of it. It was only 1 day as well. So I was like, as soon as I heard about that, I'm buying a ticket.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah.
I would totally do it. But yeah, so as the other 3 realize that they have to let Frodo go, this is where they see Mordor in the distance. And I like how Sam, he's just like, because where Frodo goes, we'll probably never see them again. Everybody again. He's like, we may yet. Always with the hope, right? So it's exactly
the optimism.
Also, I love at the end of this, Gimli mentions, the fellowship was for nothing. This was all in vain. We failed. And then Aragorn talks and he's like, no, we haven't failed. And at no point does he mention the ring. And he doesn't mention the ring. The fellowship of the ring has nothing to do with the ring in the end game. It initially started out as the mission to end the ring.
Get the ring there, yeah.
But ultimately, the Fellowship is important for the sake of fellowship. The idea of defeating evil is to combine all of the races of man, and combine everyone that you can, whether you agree with them or not, and to defeat evil. And that theme is throughout the entire 3 movies.
100%
journey, not the destination.
And I think if he ended, he's like, if like Gimli was like, "Oh, we failed," and Aragorn was like, "Nah, they'll get the ring in Mordor eventually."
It would ruin the whole thing.
To go find it. It would ruin the whole thing, and miss the entire point.
This is a great shot here at the end.
It's like now we're going to get Merry and Pippin, basically.
Yeah, I hate it. Even now, it's so funny. Even now, I can go back when I watch this and it ends. I hate when it ends, even though I can just rewind it as quickly as I can. It's just like, God. And again, when you watch all 3 of them together in one big, it's really just a freaking life event, man. And you hate when it's all over. But great ending. And then we're not going to go through the 27 minutes of credits.
Though again, I'm going to mention how beautiful Enya's song at the beginning. It's such a good song.
I had that on my playlist for work, but I had to get rid of it because I would tear up.
Yeah,
in the middle
it's such
of work.
a beautiful song.
I would be like, okay, I would be like, all right, this song is for special occasions. I cannot be doing this at work.
It's absolutely beautiful. No,
I cannot handle this.
It's like, why is Andrew crying? Okay,
they picked the perfect person.
Yeah,
to do
dude.
that. Yeah.
I'm like in the middle of like painting a house, and I'm like almost teared, and my dad's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like,
mustache.
And I'm like,
it's the fumes from the paint, Dad. It's okay.
But allergies
covers up the tears.
Yeah. It's the allergies from the wood I'm painting. No, that was so that's Lord of the Rings, the first. So we got through the 2 parts on the show. Yeah, again, it's a fantastic movie.
Beautiful.
There's nothing really. If you haven't seen it, you have to. Even if you're not a fan of the fan, it's so damn good.
It is the must-see trilogy.
So
it's the trilogy.
Since Vex isn't here for trivia, we do have a trivia person though. So before
one trilogy to rule them all.
One trilogy. So
Amen.
Before we have Gord do the trivia, we got to at least do the thing here.
That's me.
Yeah, you look good there, man.
Hey, now,
Mr. Gord,
shall we do general trivia first or casting trivia first?
Do the general trivia. Save the casting for last.
Alrighty then. So.
Please, sir. Thank you.
The budget for Lord of the Rings: A Fellowship of the Ring was an estimated $93 million. So that's basically all 3 movies. They split into thirds for the overall budget.
That's unbelievable.
And it still did billions times better than.
I didn't hear the last.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Just keeled over.
Its worldwide box office gross was $891.2 million.
That's a profit. You want to talk about profit?
Yeah. And when now you think about it, that movie came out today. That's what we making billions of dollars. Probably $1 or $2 billion minimum. But at that time, there had only been one $1 billion movie ever, and that was Titanic.
Oh God!
Return of the King though was the second. So it was the second highest grossing movie of 2001 behind Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. That's both domestically and worldwide.
Okay, fair.
Piece of personal trivia. My brother Jonah, who we adopted from China, the day we brought him home, this was the first movie we ever watched with him.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's adorable.
It was good for him too.
I can imagine.
He is a diehard Lord of the Rings fan too.
Oh, wicked.
That's awesome.
Good influence, man, because the films probably didn't show in China.
Probably not. While shooting the scenes where the Fellowship walked across the snowy mountains. Oh, okay, this was the Sean Bean one where he didn't like to get into the helicopter, so already did that one.
Sorry, man.
Let's see, already did that one. Viggo's son Henry is to thank for convincing his dad to join the cast. Yeah. Henry had never met Peter Jackson, never read the books, and production had already started. Already said Bob Anderson called Viggo the best swordsman he had ever trained. The original cut ran 4 hours and 30 minutes. Hope we get the whole cut at some point.
I want to see that cut.
I'll watch it.
I do too.
Let it cook, bro.
The climactic battle of Amon Hen was filmed during a heat wave with temperatures over 100 degrees, and many of the Uruk-hai actors had to be carried off the set due to heat exhaustion.
Oh,
wow!
Was ranked not like that.
Suits they were wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is currently ranked number 9 on IMDb's top 250 movies.
Wow, I've given it 10 out of 10 on IMDb.
What's number 1?
Number 1 is Shawshank Redemption.
Oh.
Shawshank is number 1.
It's a good movie, Andrew.
I think it's like Shawshank, Godfather 1, Dark Knight, Godfather 2.
Listen,
Dark Knight. Come on, this movie's better than Dark Knight.
I'll have to mention when we rate the movie. I've got something to say about that particular movie. I can't be
mad at the Shawshank ranking because that movie.
Shawshank's great. It's a great.
It's
great, but
this deserves to be in the top 5. I would say
top 3.
I think all 3 Lord of the Rings movies are in the top.
Andrew's like, fuck it, 1. Let it cook.
I will not.
No, he's not saying it's trash, Vax. I think he's saying that.
I think it's trash. I'm just saying it's not better than this movie.
I agree.
Yeah, and this movie somehow avoids, prison grape. So
that's what I loved about the movie, though.
I know, you guinea.
Go ahead, of course.
This was nominated for 13 Oscars. That's the most out of any of the 3 movies in the trilogy. It won 4 for visual effects, best original score, cinematography, and makeup. It somehow lost Best Picture to A Beautiful Mind, as well as adapted screenplay. It lost to Moulin Rouge for art direction and costume design. And like I said earlier, it did not
Russell
get
Crowe go
nominated
full
for sound
retard
editing.
for that movie?
Russell Crowe did go full retard for that movie, yes.
Yeah. And now we go to casting, because speaking of Russell Crowe,
I love casting.
Russell Crowe turned down the role of Aragorn because he thought 3 movies was too big of a commitment.
Wait, what was he? Whoa! What was Russell Crowe doing at the time?
Well, he did the movie Gladiator in '90, so he would have done Gladiator and then
Gladiator.
Yeah.
All right. No, I can't.
I don't think.
You know what?
He would have worked all that.
No, I think
Russell Crowe plays Russell Crowe.
Vigo
he would have just beaten up the hobbits constantly, so I don't think that would have worked.
You bastard!
Jacob has it right. Russell Crowe.
My name is Maximus. My name's Maximus. Anyway,
Daniel Day-Lewis was repeatedly offered the role of Aragorn.
He would have been good. He would have been
great. There's a couple of big roles
my boy
from
Vigo.
the past he would have been good for. But
no, I agree. I think they casted perfect.
Vigo was perfect.
Yeah.
For it.
Every casting is perfect in these movies.
No, they do. They did a great job.
I would argue Daniel Day-Lewis might have overshadowed the rest of the cast too much, because he would. Daniel Day-Lewis is probably like one of the 2 or 3 greatest actors of all time.
He's
so
amazing.
He probably would have overshadowed everyone just a little bit. So
I think at the time he
would have told the hobbits, "I will find you.
I will find you.
I will find you,
no matter how far."
Keanu Reeves actually mentioned that he wanted the role of Aragorn. I don't know if it was
Keanu Reeves.
He wanted the role. He really
wow.
Dude, probably for the best that didn't happen.
I am an FBI agent.
Do not let him cook.
Do not let him cook.
Do I have your sword? Yeah.
Away from the grill, Keanu.
Does he fall down a hill for 13 minutes?
Yeah, really. And this is pretty well known, but Stuart Townsend was originally cast as Aragorn, but Peter Jackson decided to recast him because he felt he was too young. Stuart Townsend was 26 at the time of filming, whereas Vigo was 41. So makes a lot of sense.
Good call.
Although I do feel sad for Stuart Townsend. That's gotta suck.
He got well paid.
Kick him out.
Very well paid for that.
Yeah.
Don't let him cook.
Frodo. Jake Gyllenhaal auditioned for Frodo.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he gonna play the gay version?
Or he could have done Frodo like the Nightcrawler version once he gets the ring.
Oh yeah, that movie was nuts. Wow.
Yeah. I am the ring bearer. That's how I want it to be read. That's how I want it to be said. David Bowie was reportedly interested in playing Elrond, which that actually could have been interesting.
That could have worked.
I like David as an actor.
Yeah, that would have been okay.
Let's see, Gimli. I don't know if y'all know this guy by name. Lance might. Bill Bailey auditioned for. Gimli.
He's a British stand-up comedian and musician.
If you've seen Hot Fuzz, he is the twin actor, Sergeant Turner. Nobody tells me nothing.
Okay,
that could have worked, but he's not a very physical guy for fight scenes.
John Rhys-Davies was the better choice, but he could have worked.
Yeah.
Arwen. Let's see. Reese Witherspoon was considered.
No.
I don't like that one.
No.
Mila Jovovich, she was considered.
No.
No, and besides, she wasn't sleeping with Peter Jackson, so she couldn't have been cast.
Wow, hot take.
None of that Paul W.S. Anderson.
That's
stuff
true,
going
Ransom.
On.
That was a
but Peter Jackson's
directors that she's worked with. So just saying.
Yeah. And Peter Jackson's original choice, he wanted to cast Uma Thurman, but she pulled out due to pregnancy.
Well, that's enough with Uma
Thurman.
Funny enough, I actually think Uma could have potentially played Galadriel.
Yeah,
with her height and stature, it could have worked, but
she would have overacted it. I think she would have.
She would have pulled the Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I think she's good at what she does, but she
she would have whipped out a samurai sword.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I mean, if they had wanted the Rings of Power, Galadriel, she could have done that because she can actually fight.
Yeah. No, I think Andrew's right. They cast it perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. Orlando Bloom originally auditioned for the role of Faramir, but was instead given the role of Legolas.
Andrew. See?
And the role of Gandalf was offered to Sean Connery, who turned it down because he didn't understand the movie.
Come on.
What? He didn't understand it.
He didn't understand the Lord of the Rings story. He didn't get it. He didn't.
Christopher Lee wanted to play Gandalf too.
Yeah, he did.
He did originally.
Winners go home and screw the prom.
I think he's just a better Saruman.
And I don't know, Lance. You might have to correct me on the pronunciation of his name, but Patrick McGoohan was originally.
Patrick McGoohan is correct.
Yeah, he played Longshanks in Braveheart.
Yeah,
Placid,
he was all.
Movie needed more twinks. Yeah, Platoon would agree with that.
Platoon, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
We got you, Placid. The remake will be all twinks.
But yeah, that is all the casting.
That's it.
I think
all of the hobbits will be hairless.
Cool.
Good job, Gord. Good job, buddy. Appreciate that.
I do what I can.
Yeah,
you did good. You did good. Yeah. So if we're gonna do rankings, I know that people love the rankings. Let's start with our guess. Andrew, I know you love this movie. I'm gonna guess a 10 out of 10, right?
Yes, it's like one of the only movies that I give a 10. I think there's like probably like 5 movies that I would give a 10 out of 10.
What are the 5 movies?
I can name 2. It's this one and then Into the Spider-Verse. They're both like incredibly
shocking.
well.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, dude, wow.
Wow, surprising. Okay, that's fair.
Those 2 movies.
Yeah. No, I get it. Gord of the Rings. Am I going to guess a 10 for you as well?
Yeah, this is a movie I would give 10. I brought up The Dark Knight in relation to this. I have officially bumped The Dark Knight out of my top 5 in favor of this movie.
See what we do on this show?
After rewatching it again, this was just perfect Sonic for all the crap that's been out lately. This is such an incredible film. As a trilogy as a whole, I would probably just put it as in my top 5.
Can you highlight Herman P. Hunter's comic, because he's very true. That's very true. You didn't give me enough. All the gifts that he gives out, she gives out. Yeah, I love it.
I would let him open hand slap Galadriel from Rings of Power.
Oh God, yeah, I would love to see that
a few times.
You have not seen just straight across the face.
But yeah, this is definitely 10 out of 10. I love this movie so much.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And Sean Connery, like, she just didn't know when to shut up.
She didn't know when to be quiet.
He was talking in my head.
I couldn't let her
staring awkwardly at everyone.
It was weird.
No woman smiles like that on a horse.
All right, Lance. What's your ranking, Lance? What do you give this?
Well, you see, my rating style, I give it an 11 because when you want to go one more, you take it up to 11. So I give it 11 out of 10.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so,
that's fair.
Why don't you make your 11 rating? This, like it
I was a big fan of Ralph Bakski's animated film, which was a shame that they never completed it. It was good for what it was. Right. So when I heard that they were making this, big fan of the books and everything, I remember thinking, "Oh, please don't fuck this up." And when I came out to cinema, I was like, "God, that was amazing! One of the best films I've ever seen in my life."
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and I watch it every year, all 3 of them at Christmas every year.
I do too. Yep.
Christmas and New Year.
Yep. Mr. Jacob Ironside. What do you rank this?
It's not just one thing about this movie. It's the music. It's the backdrop to everything. Mm-hmm. It's the acting. So yeah, I'd give it a 10.
I agree.
And the scale of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, they do a great job of building up for what's to come, especially at the end. White Bear, you sick bastard, you. What do you give this ranking of this movie?
I'd give it a 9.75 because it could have been 4 hours longer.
You're upset that it wasn't long enough.
Yeah,
the 4.5 hour cut will push you to 10.
Dude, I gotta see these cuts, man. I
could totally do it, but every bit of it was, golly. I mean, even in school, when part one was coming out for us and all that, it had people actually like learning Elvish and like going back and reading the darn books, and it led to me actually reading the books. So it's so worth it. If you haven't watched this movie, if you haven't watched the extended edition, do it. I
agree. Yeah, I will say that I don't give perfect scores out to a lot of movies at all. I'm a little tough with movies. This one I gotta say is perfect. It introduced a lot of people to the whole fantasy genre of movies, opened up a whole world for people. And it's just great. I told this to Mrs. Sassy yesterday, rewatching this. I said, you can argue that these are the best, well put together movies of all time. The trilogy is like, and I think Gord, we were talking about that. Like, you could say The Godfather, maybe, except for the third movie, of course. And then it was like a bunch of. I was like, dude, even if there was somebody I knew who said that he didn't love the movies, he liked them, but he could make the argument himself that these are the best, just produced movies of all time. I was like, yeah, I agree. They're fantastic though. The whole trilogy is fantastic. So I give it a 10. The soundtrack, the cinematography, the acting, the cat, it's just done so well. You don't get everything just worked. They got really lucky and it just worked. So we're going to go to Isengard now and simp for Galadriel. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so that's basically it. We made it through 2 parts of a long-ass movie. We will be doing the other 2 at some point. I think sometime in the new year we'll be doing the second one. And then the newest Lord of the Rings movie was pushed back to 2024. So the Return of the King will probably happen around the same time that happens. Since we're going to need 3 shows to probably go through that movie. So I got to work out the scheduling on that.
Did you say there's a new Lord of the Rings movie coming out?
Yeah, it was it was just pushed back.
It's like the War of the Rohirrim or something.
Yes, that's it. War of the Rohirrim.
The animated one.
Yeah,
I heard it's going to be woman-centered.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it because you're right, Jake.
Well, it's about
Go ahead.
Why did I just forget her character's name?
Because she's not important.
Eowyn.
Yeah,
but Eowyn. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in it, but it'll probably suck.
Yeah, because it's modern, and so we'll probably do the Return of the King around that time.
It's at least being directed by an anime director.
Yeah, that's true. That'll be interesting.
Good.
I'll let them cook, but I'm not expecting anything.
Cook, Andrew.
Let them cook.
They can have half the grill, not the whole damn thing.
We let Spider-Man Lotus cook, and look how that would ever work out for us.
As long as Eowyn doesn't encounter any tentacles, I mean, I might give it a shot.
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings. We'll see. That's basically it. So let's go ahead and give the shout outs to the channels. Andrew, what do you got coming up there, buddy? Well, hold on. Before you go, I saw you get very angry at your editing software today on Twitter. It looked like you were about to hurt somebody. Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it now. I fixed it.
Okay, good.
It was very frustrating. Just spoiler alert, I will never be using Premiere Pro ever again.
That poor guy was like having a freaking. I thought you were gonna have a heart attack, man.
What happened? What? Premiere Pro.
So my memory on my computer was running low, so I was like,
That's
all right, I'll just move all of these files over to my hard drive or my SD card, and it'll be fine. But apparently, no, Premiere Pro didn't like that, so I had to manually go in and tell it which ones to pick.
Oh,
that was a lot of files. Didn't rebuild the edit for you?
Huh? Yeah, I rebuilt the edit. I just had to go in and tell it which files were which.
No, Premiere Pro should do that for you.
Well,
it didn't this time.
I've been kind of retarded lately, so I hate Premiere Pro. DaVinci Resolve is just superior.
Yeah, I've got that. Sorry, my phone's just gone. Oh my god!
Nerd.
Somebody likes their pop culture references.
So I have a Ahsoka review coming out hopefully this week. for the first 2 episodes, and then I have the third one to review tomorrow, which apparently is only 30 minutes, which means it's probably just a bunch of standing. There's an button to automatically relink.
Yeah, why don't you know this?
Platoon. I hit the button, and it gave me like registration error or something.
Oh, jeez, he hit the wrong.
And then
button.
I searched it up, and that doesn't mean anything. So I had to go in and I had to manually re-link everything. So that was fun. That took about like an hour.
Worth here, she's our customer service person who'd usually handle this, and that's, but I'm sorry, dude. Either way, what it comes down to is your computer. Yeah.
I mean, it worked out. So I took it, I saved the file, and then I outputted everything I had. So then I just started with a fresh edit.
It's just a pain in the ass.
I'll say Premiere does take a whole lot of power, even on good computers. So
that's what Mrs. Sassy says about me.
Andrew's reliving his Vietnam.
No, I thought he was having massive PTSD today.
My Vietnam is fighting Premiere Pro every day. As a Platoon, don't defend Premiere Pro.
The edits, man, the edits.
It's terrible. You need to switch over to DaVinci with me. We'll do it together.
DaVinci
Hold my hand. We'll learn.
The free version is spectacular, right? And there's like the Pro is like $300. You get a lifetime license, I think, right?
Yeah, I might just buy the.
It's probably worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, my man. Are we ever going to see your Rings of Power video?
Yes, I'm well into editing that. It's a lot of edits to put together, but I think I'll have that out by not this weekend, but next. Probably about 20 minutes in so far.
How long of a video are we looking at?
Huh?
5.5 hours.
He wants to be like it's an hour. It's right now about an hour 20.
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull a Platoon and go like miniseries length. 5.5.
Well, I mean, hours. Gosh. Part of the other thing is it's taken a while because this is a brand new. I'm using Final Cut Pro for the first time. It's a whole new style of doing a review for me.
Time.
So yeah, it takes time.
Can't
well, to be fair, if you made it a mini series, you'd probably finish before Platoon finished his.
I was gonna say he hasn't even seen Oppenheimer yet. So Jesus Christ.
Wow. But yeah,
sorry about my phone going off there.
No, you're good.
Oh, you're
good.
Sorry, go
Even I get calls at 3:45 in the morning.
You're popular.
But I've got my.
I'm up.
But I've got my daily gaming streams right now that I do Sunday through Wednesday. I'm right now playing the just released Armored Core 6, which is really cool. Yeah, and I'll let Jacob tell you what we're reviewing, but I will be on his show tomorrow night.
Beautiful. Lance, go ahead, buddy. I got your book, Lance, in the description, but shout it out anyway. Go ahead and do all your.
Well, yeah, my latest novel, 1988, is now out. You can get it if you're in America. You can get it on Amazon.com. And it's my diary from 1988, the year I saw 137 films, the best one of which, of course, was Die Hard. Yep. So stream-wise on the Outcasts, tomorrow we're doing a breakdown of the career of director Michael Mann. So we'll be going all out on Last of the Mohican, Pete, and The Insider, Collateral, all of that. And me and my guests have got to pick our top 3 Michael Mann films, which is not as easy as you would think.
No, that's tough.
Well, Heat is definitely my number one. I'll tell you now. Spoiler alert. And then on Wednesday, I'm interviewing a poster designer, Nuno Sardanaz, who's Swiss. He's from Switzerland. One of the things he likes doing is he likes redesigning posters of all of his favorite movies.
Oh, wow.
But he's also a poster designer for hire. So that's another industry interview. And then in September, I'm interviewing actor Tim Thomason, who some of you may remember was in Uncommon Valor. He was also Jack Death in the Trancers films. He did loads of B movies in the 80s and 90s. And
awesome.
I had a 90-minute call with him today, and he's one of my favorite character actors of all time. So I was like a proper fanboy.
Awesome.
Call.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, so it's going to be really fun. And he was so lovely as well. It was so nice, that he'd agree to do it. So, so good quite a lot going on, and probably doing some gaming streams with the Gourd King of my Lone Wolf books. Who needs computer graphics?
Looking forward to it, buddy. Yeah, all his information's and all of their information's in the description. Links, everything. So, Jacob, my man, thanks for coming on today, dude. It was great having you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad I could come on. Glad you invited me.
Of course. Shout out your channel, buddy.
tomorrow I'm doing Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Nice.
And it'll be fun to go over that movie. Its problems that it had and good parts of it.
Just a few, but it's okay.
3 double cheeseburgers with everything.
And then Thursday, I'm going to be on Roman's channel talking Osaka. The great show.
Osaka, Japan?
Oh, Ahsoka. You mean the Star
That's
Wars
what
show.
I call it.
Okay.
That's what
Osaka.
I call it. Osaka.
It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
It's the anime version.
And then Saturday, I'm having a celebration. It's my year on YouTube.
Awesome.
Oh, congrats, man. I just had my anniversary stream a couple of weeks ago. So
that's right.
I can't celebrate mine. It's on 9/11.
Oh my god!
No, you can't. Just forget that happened.
Yeah, just forget.
I can recommend you a good bug.
That's awesome, Jacob. Yeah, well deserved, dude. If you haven't subscribed, I will say that Jacob Copa said this last night because Jacob was on Copa's channel talking about the Ghost in the Darkness. He's right, Copa. This guy's channel should be much higher than it is. He does have a love for cinema, and I love that he talks about movies and nobody else is talking about on his shows. Goes into real deep dives on. Well, he just did Casablanca recently. Like it's fantastic. So subscribe to his stuff. Fantastic channel, and then all of them are, even Andrew, he's okay. And, yeah, all their information is in the description. White Bear, you sick maniac. There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Michael Sarah, that's my doing, isn't it?
You cannot hide.
Whoa. So how you doing?
I played with your cucumber video, White Bear.
Oh yeah.
I commented on that, you son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got on White Bear 2.
That was so fun. The meme video, dude.
Yeah, the meme video come out, and I think I'll do a few more of those. Those are easy and kind of fun. But the I got a thing coming out about Vivek Ramaswamy on White Bear 2.
Ooh.
And more gardening stuff coming out on White Bear 3. So
awesome.
Be on the lookout.
We got some gardening ASMR.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Check them all out in the description. Please subscribe to all of them. They're fantastic people. As far as
I should have done gardening trivia because there is gardening trivia about Fellowship.
Jesus. You know what? You missed your opportunity. Yeah, save it for the next movies.
Yeah.
That'll be, Whitey doing his SMR with cucumbers.
There you go.
Cucumbers.
It's long.
There you go.
And cylindrical, and you put it in your
mouth. Green and wet.
Don't let him
turn
cook.
it into a pickle.
Don't let him cook, please. So as far oh my god, as far as the channel, Cannoli Sasquatch channel, we actually are off next Monday because it is Labor Day, so it is a holiday. So we are taking that day off. Much needed.
All the women have their babies.
All the women have their babies. Take the day off. We will be coming back on 9/11 to talk about another disaster called Snyder's Justice League.
Oh yes.
It is the long version. So I have to rewatch a 4-hour cut of Well, here's the thing.
Are you going to do that in one stream?
No. We're doing it in 2 parts.
Okay.
Back-to-back weeks because I cannot do a one Snyder cut. So it'll be back-to-back. I'll announce who's going to be on that show in the coming week. Just check it out. But yeah, we are taking a break for the channel for the week, which is fine with me. If you want to check out a really good interview Mrs. Sassy and I did this past Friday, we interviewed Jay from Desolate Soul Studios. Amazing interview. The guy is fantastic. He had people crying on the stream, crying in the chats. Good dude. So support him as well. And then, so I'll let you know where we're going to be, what we're doing when we come back from the holiday. Just check out me out on Twitter. Everybody here, I think, is on Twitter, socials, all that stuff too. So that's basically it. So I want to thank everybody who came on tonight. Jacob, again, thank you for coming on. I will have you back in the future, of course.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Lance, go to sleep. Okay. It's time for you to go to bed.
Man. Appreciate.
Of course.
Do that.
Always love having you on. Gord, thank you so much for stepping in with the trivia. You killed it.
No problem.
And then Andrew, thank you for just being you, man.
I'm just here.
I know. You're beautiful, though. We love you. And then White Bear, of course, my man, my co-host. You're a great man, even if you look like that with those glasses. So we're going to say goodnight. We'll see you soon.
It was nice to meet Lance and Andrew.
Yeah, they're great dudes. Great dudes. We'll see you next time.
Same.
MMM out.